going good as we go into the holidays. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. So let me know what's going on in your life. Drop me a line. I would love to hear from you. So I'm going to pick up where we left off. And I think we had left off where Marie had called Frankie because he was in town. And she didn't know he was in town at first, but she heard it through the grapevine, as Marvin Gaye would have said. So she called him up and told him that she was going to pick him up. And he was like, sure, come on by, I'll be ready. So she had called her Aunt Kate to see if she was going to be able to keep an eye on Monica, and she said yeah. And she was saying that her Aunt Kate was a nice looking woman, and she usually had a guy or two chasing her, but she was available this day. So with that taken care of, I started going through my closet trying to find something to wear. Nothing too sexy, just a little something to catch his eye. I put on my faux hairpiece and combed the front of my hair to blend it in with the hairpiece. Then I applied my makeup. From here, I went in my daughter's bedroom, grabbed her little overnight bag, and packed her clothes to spend the night with my aunt. I got everything I needed to take with me, then went to the door and called Monica inside to wash her face and hands. We got in the car and off we went. I was angry, nervous, and excited on my way to see him. I dropped Monica off first, then proceeded down the street to the stop sign where I had to try to shake off this nervousness I was feeling. I didn't have much time to rid myself of these feelings because it was only about a 4-minute ride to meet him. So now Alan. I hadn't seen my son in some time, but I worried and thought about him all the time. I finally asked my mother, what does she think about me not seeing him much? She told me Trina would never badmouth you and just to be patient. When your son is old enough, he'll find you. This eased my mind for a short time. A few months passed, and one day I was in my bedroom, and my little sister was standing at the bedroom door. We were talking. I asked an 11 or 12-year-old, what does she think about me missing my son, but staying away from him? Me wondering, will he remember me? Will he want to see me? And she told me the same thing my mother had told me. He'll find you when the time comes. I had to give her a hug. See, we were a close family, but my little sister was special to us. Well, I guess maybe because she was the baby. So Taz and I went downstairs and sat on the porch for a while, listening to the radio pumping out the latest hits. And I told Taz, let's go inside for a few. So we went in the living room. I picked up my electric guitar, and she sat at her drums I had bought for her. She wanted to be a drummer. Eventually, Pop started dragging her to guitar lessons, though. I usually bought her musical instruments and even took her to buy her first record when she was 5 years old. Anyway, we played and made noise to a few records I put on the stereo. After we had finished our performance, she went outside to play, and I went back to sitting on the porch with my music keeping me company. In case you hadn't figured it out, Debbie had split. She packed up and moved out. She was sharing a place with a girlfriend of hers. She had been gone for 3 weeks, and had only called me once. And ain't this some shit? She didn't even give me her number. I probably would have called her just to check her out, just see how she was doing. I did miss her, but knew our relationship was over. It would be selfish to tie her up, to tie up her time. And this ending is what we both needed. I wasn't even thinking of dating right now, just taking time to myself, taking a break from females. I figured when I was ready, I'd date. Nothing serious though, or too consecutive. I didn't want to give some woman the wrong impression that I wanted to move our casual dates to anything more than just that. As I was sitting on the porch, one of my boys called to see if I wanted to ride with him to South Jersey. I wasn't doing anything, and today was Friday. I figured, why not? So I told Steve sure I'd be ready. My main man, JoJo, had moved to Texas, and I did miss him a lot. JoJo and I could read each other's thoughts without even saying a word or looking at each other. I got myself together for Steve to pick me up. Shortly, he pulled up and blew his car horn. I ran out to his car after locking my place up. We were heading down the highway towards a town about 20 minutes west of Atlantic City. When we arrived, it looked like a place that nothing was going on. Ever. I had found out on the way there he had some chick he was going out with today, and that she had a friend for me. I was like, damn, I'm not prepared. Steve was like, relax, man, you're fine. Then I started thinking, is she going to be unattractive? Was she going to get on my nerves? Or would she be stupid? I laid back and prepared to just accept what would happen tonight. We got out of his car and walked to her door. The door opened. His date was fine. I was hoping to myself, like that saying went, birds of a feather flock together. My date wasn't in a room. The three of us greeted each other, and I was introduced to his date. And just as Tony, yep, that's her name, as soon as she told me to have a seat, her friend entered the room. I was happy as hell. She was fine and had all I liked in the right places. I stood up to greet her. Lynn was smoking hot. Steve had told me on the way to our dates I needed something to help get me back on track. Guess what? Lynn had the right things to help me. We went to Atlantic City for dinner and dancing. As far as I could see, Atlantic City needed a facelift. It was poor and dangerous looking to me. Just the boardwalk area was nice, but we had a really good time. Look, again, this chick was fine, friendly, and smart. And she had turned this brother on. After dancing half the night, we figured we'd better take Tony and Lynn home. As we pulled in front of their place, Tony had asked if we wanted to come in. She said they didn't think that Steve and I should drive back home with it being so late because we had had a few drinks. To be honest, I was tired and Steve was about drunk. He wasn't a sloppy drunk, but I know how he was. So we all went in. Lynn told me to follow her, and gladly I did. She led me to her bedroom, and I was damn glad she had led me there too. We sat on the bed and talked for a few minutes. She showed me where the bathroom was and told me to make myself at home. I went to the bathroom and returned back to the bedroom. She had turned on a dimmer light and had gotten in bed already, and I joined her after I got undressed. As I tried to get settled in the bed moving around, my leg touched hers, and she touched my arm. From this point, we continued touching and rubbing. This grew to kissing and sucking, from sucking to licking. And the next thing you know, I was positioned between her beautiful legs, pressing up against her, then inside of her. We were starving for each other. We satisfied each other over and over again. Next thing we knew, the sun was starting to shine through the bedroom window. That's when we thought maybe we had better get some sleep. Man, Steve and I ended up spending the whole weekend with these girls. I had a great time, to be honest. Lynn and I kept in touch for a short while. Somehow we drifted apart. Well, okay, all right. We drifted apart because I put too much space between us. I had taken a drink or two while I sat back thinking and reflecting on all this. I kept myself unavailable to her emotionally. I didn't really want a relationship right now, but she kind of did, I think. I was ready to enjoy my freedom, even if I did get lonely once in a while. The bed can be a lonely ass place, especially on those nights when it's raining outside, or you can hear the wind whipping outside your window, and you just want to snuggle and cuddle. Just have someone to watch TV with and eat in bed with. Like most men, after it's too late and shit, then I realize maybe I'll call Lynn and try to get with her. Not jump right into a relationship, but work towards developing one maybe. When I call her, she had met somebody else by this time. Yep, she had a boyfriend. She told me, 4 months of you not returning my phone calls. Now you call me? I stopped calling you because you never called me. It was always me that was doing the calling. I got tired of chasing you and didn't want to feel as though I was throwing myself at you. When I was able to squeeze a word in, we did talk for a few minutes after she checked my ass. She had her point, but I hadn't led her to thinking anything would become of us except an enjoyable casual friendship. See, this is another reason why I was taking it slow with getting back into the dating game. Because there was usually drama, and more drama. Oh well, back to the drawing board. I'd call her in another few weeks just to say hi again and see if old boy was still hanging around. Until then, I decided to call another chick to see what was happening. So, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your holidays. And please click subscribe or like. Drop me a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, thank you. Take it easy. Peace and love.